Tonight, Nigel Farage has thrown down the gauntlet and wants to lead the jungle. He's put an official bid in to take control of the group. If he shows strong leadership and whips the campmates into shape, is this the path to number 10? Meanwhile, Nigel's lawyers have sent a furious letter to I'm A Celebrity bosses after showing his bare backside to millions of viewers whilst he was taking a shower. A decision which could cost the broadcaster a fortune in compensation. To make matters worse, a top ITV boss has been caught making obscene jokes about Nigel at a private event. So let's get reaction to this brewing I'm A Celebrity storm in the company of two of the show's previous stars. Former top royal correspondent at the BBC, Jennie Bond, and Radio 1 legend broadcaster Mike Reid. Jennie, does Nigel have what it takes to lead the jungle?
Oh, probably, but I don't think it's a very good idea because he's a bit too bossy for my liking, and I think he will get up at everyone's noses, actually, in the end. So thus far, he's behaved reasonably well, actually. I think he's been rather surprised by the fact he hasn't been voted in for more trials. He's made it very apparent that he's playing the game. He said on television, I don't know if he realised the cameras and the microphones were on, that he wanted to do the trials because that gave him 25% more airtime. It's all a strategy and a tactic, and I don't think it goes down too well with the public. I don't know about the campmates.
Yes, I mean, Mike Reid, if Nigel shows the right qualities of leadership, if he does gain control of the camp, does that pave the way for number 10?
It's certainly brought its odds down, hasn't it, to about 20-1, I think. Its odds have been slashed by, I think, from 30 or 40-1 down to 20-1. So yeah, I think he's doing very, very well in there. I think he's being reasonable in the face of people being put in there to bait him. He's dealt with that very well. He's dealt with everything very well. He's been placid. He's been reasoned. So yeah, I mean, I think he's done very well. As radio laureate, I had to pen a few words about his bottom, of course, which is a small limerick, Mark. Celebrity camper Farage has created a media barrage. He's caused mass hysteria with his naked posterior, which is something he should camouflage.
Absolute TV gold. Poet laureate. I mean, honestly, that was quite special indeed, Mike. I don't know whether you can be as poetic, Jennie. Can we talk about a rather furious letter, though, from Nigel's lawyers to ITV? Of course, the programme showed Nigel in the nude to millions of viewers whilst he took a shower. Do they have a case to answer, do you think, Jennie?
No, I don't. God, Mike, when we were in the jungle, nobody got naked. I mean, probably Katie Price could have got naked and made absolutely millions there and then. She made millions afterwards, but we showed respect for one another. And I mean, come on, Nigel, you're being totally naive. You go in the jungle, you know there are cameras on you 24/7, wherever you are, save just perhaps in the dunny itself, behind the Hessian curtain. That's about the only place you can think there isn't a camera. If you want to get your kit off, be prepared for it to be shown on television. That's what I say, and don't make a fuss about it. But it's got him more publicity, and that's what he's after.
Well, Jennie, are you suggesting that Nigel got his butt cheeks out in order to get coverage and to make headlines?
I am.
You say coverage.
Oh, my goodness. What do you make of this Bumgate conspiracy, that it was all planned by Nigel, Mike Reid?
No, I think the bottom line really is that he just. I showed my bottom, Jennie, when I was in there, and no one was interested. I'm really upset.
Okay, well, get it out now then. Let's bump up the show's ratings. Mike, did you have to sign any clauses about nudity? Because ITV deny that there is any kind of clause in the contract that protects your privacy. Did you have any sort of small print that would suggest no nudity?
The only small prints in the night were those made by rats, but no, we didn't actually. But people did get in the shower. They did get in the lake in bikinis, and mainly the women, and shower in there. I guess you had to be naked at some time because you were changing to get into bed. Apart from Razor Ruddock, who didn't change at all for the entire time. I think he stayed in the same clothes the entire time. But you have to change at some point. You have to take your clothes off. I mean, Charlie Brockett and myself used to go with our sponge bags as sort of schoolboys down to the river to wash every morning and clean our teeth and do ablutionary things. But so, yeah, you have to be, a little unclothed at some point, yeah. But they decide what they show. They don't have to show that bit. They've filmed it. They do not have to show the naked bit if they don't want to.
Now, Jennie, top ITV boss Kevin Lygo was caught joking about Nigel Farage at a private event and told he made an obscene gesture about Nigel and said that he'll be, quote, leaving Australia in a dinghy. Now, I know Kevin Lygo very well. I worked under him for several years at Channel 4. He's a very creative and funny man. He's a very nice man. But did he go too far this time?
Do you know what? I think we should all get a bit of a sense of humour. I think Nigel and his lawyers should get a sense of humour. And I think if Kevin wants to make a joke about it, this is a funny show. Ant and Dec spent the whole time trying to make us laugh. Let's laugh about it, for goodness sake. Grow up, everybody.
Jennie, King of the Jungle Christopher Biggins told me on last night's show that he thinks I'm a Celebrity may be running out of steam, possibly with just 2 or 3 series left to go. Would you agree?
Well, sometimes I think that, but I suppose, like Mike, because we were in there, we watch it and think, oh God, who's in my bed? But I am enjoying this series. I think it's a good cast. I think 1 or 2 of the trials are new. And I read a tweet of my own a couple of hours ago which said, I'm really tittering at this one. This is really funny, this trial. Now, because I've had a glass of 2-1, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I do know that it was making me laugh. I am enjoying it. And I think it's still got mileage, but largely because Ant and Dec are so very good. I think it's disgusting. It's more disgusting than when Mike and I were in there. I could not do, I don't think, some of the trials they have to do now. So it's more disgusting, but maybe that makes it even more watchable. I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
You did an amazing trial, though. You were buried underground with rats, and a lot of people couldn't have done that. That was amazing.
Jennie did a couple of decades at the Beeb, so she was well prepared. Can I ask you, Michael, finally, how far can Nigel go? I don't mean in terms of nudity, on the show.
I love it. Full frontal, I think. No, I think he'll do very, very well. I think he'll do very well. He's come over very well. A lot of people that weren't sure about him now actually quite like him. And a lot of people that were very anti-Nigel have now sort of warmed towards him. He's a very genial bloke. I mean, and of course, once people start, tagging you with things, then everybody does. There's a monster on the hill. Let's all go out with flaming torches, and suddenly the crowd swells, and nobody knows why they're following. But I think he's come over very well. Yeah.
Not as well as you, Mike. We loved your poem. Let's have more of that next time you're on. My thanks to radio legend Mike Reid and former top BBC Royal correspondent Jennie Bond. Thanks, Jennie. Thanks, Mike. Catch up soon.